Morning, guys. How we doing? I'm Ryan Mack. This is the Trading Guys, and today, as always, we are going to cover last week's fundamentals and next week's fundamentals, and see what we've got. Excuse me. Covering last week's trades. Let's just have a quick look. We smashed oil. We absolutely smashed oil. We got in right here, break above. Right above here. As soon as it broke, and here, away it went. I've closed 80%, and I've left 20% as a runner with my stop loss just around here. I'm expecting it to come back, retest, reject, and take off, where I will also enter another new position, but we'll cover that in a different time. What else? Pound Swiss franc. Look at that. Look, picture perfect, guys. It's like I always say. Look, you've got the small candle, large engulfing. It's in the area of the good value, which is 786 Fibonacci. Broke away, come back for the retest, and away it goes. Now, if you missed this entry here, all you're now waiting for, look, you just simply mark up, excuse me, the small, I'm going to move that because it's annoying. Mark up the small candle with a large engulfing. Boom, here you go. You wait for the market to come back around, retest, reject, enter, and away you go. So that's your second entry position, all right? It's that simple. It is that simple. And look, excuse me, time and time again it's hit. Look, boom, bang on it, liquidity grab, away it went. I can't remember why I didn't enter that one. I think it was because it happened on, was it Friday? It may have been Friday, and I never ever enter trades on Friday, especially if it's an NFP Friday. Okay, I know this is pound Swiss franc, but still, I never ever enter trades on a Friday. If I'm in a trade on a Wednesday or something, I'll let it run over Friday, over the weekend. But if I'm not already in a trade, I pretty much never enter a fresh trade on a Friday. I just wait until Monday or Tuesday, and I then open it then. So let's crack on. For those of you who are new, of course, you all know about Forex Factory. What I prefer to use for fundamental data, economic data, is actually this one here. It's tradingeconomics.com. It gives you far more information than Forex Factory, and the numbers come in far, far quicker. So, for example, if you look here and it says 7:15, this news is going to drop. Pardon me. The instant it turns 7:15, these numbers will be here. But if you jump across the Forex Factory, it will still be spinning, kind of giving you that little kind of loading up sign. And the numbers don't come sometimes for 5-10 minutes, when literally the numbers come instantly on here. Okay. For the purposes of my weekly rundowns, my weekly fundamental reviews, I just prefer to use this. It's much easier on the eye. It's much easier to filter out stuff. Whereas here, yes, you can filter out stuff, category, country, blah blah blah, but it's a much bigger pain in the arse. It's far easier to do it on Forex Factory, so that's why I do that here. All right. So, as always, let's have a look. I always do one currency at a time, except for when I do AUD, CNY, as in Chinese yuan renminbi, and New Zealand dollar, because they're all very closely correlated. Okay. Same as always, every single week. This is a habit. It never, ever changes. You write down trades. You then write down strong, weak, and neutral. And as I say in every single video, if you're thinking, well, that doesn't sound right, why wouldn't it be strong, neutral, and then weak, which is logical, right? Neutral being in the middle. It's because what we do is we look for which economies are strong, which economies are weak, which economies are neutral. We cross out the neutral, and we then trade a strong against the weak. Okay. My apologies if you watch my videos every week and you're hearing the same stuff. One, I do it on purpose because it's a habit, right? And I want to keep covering the exact same habits. You just do the exact same things every single week, and that's it. And two, if you're new and this is the first time you watched the video, then you're not missing anything by not, you don't need to go back to my very first ever video to hear me say that. Okay. So that's the reasons why I keep covering the same stuff. So, let's have a look, guys. ANZ business, private sector credit is sticky. Manufacturing, CPI in China. So, you see it's went up from 49.1 to 49.8. Some people will be like, oh, that's bullish. No, it's not bullish. It's still bearish. Anything below 50 is bearish. Anything above 50 is bullish. All right. But it does mean that things are getting better. Because it has increased, things are getting better, right? Non-manufacturing PMI, this has dropped. However, because that's still 50, it's still bullish for now, but it means things are getting worse, right? Cakes and manufacturing PMI, that's getting worse. It's dropped from 50.4. They thought it was going to go up and actually went down to 49.3. So that is now in the realm of being bearish. It's no longer bullish. Cakes and services PMI is 50.3. It's still bullish, but it's worse than before, right? And we have to remember, China is not really a services country. Of course, they have it. Every single country has services and manufacturing, but some will be predominant one of the other, right? And we all know China is a manufacturing country. So we want to see manufacturing high. We don't really care about services. And when we look at the UK, we don't really care about manufacturing, but we do care about services, right? I shouldn't say we don't care. We do care, but you know what I mean? The UK isn't a manufacturing country. So if those numbers are low, we expect them to be low, right? Because we're not a manufacturing country. But in China, we expect manufacturing numbers to be high because it is a manufacturing country / economy, right? Manufacturing is what drives their economy, basically, and they're not good numbers. So that can be seen as mixed data because you've got negative, positive, right? Mixed data, but things are not good in China right now. They've been really, really struggling to pick things back up since COVID. Okay, so that's not good. So where you would tie that in, sorry for anyone who's new, the Aussie dollar and China, they are closely positively correlated. So you get positive correlation and you get negative correlation, right? All it means is if it's positively correlated, it means when one moves up, the other moves up. When one moves down, the other moves down. You know, they move in sync with each other. If they're negatively correlated, it means that when one moves up, the other moves down. When one moves down, the other moves up. You know, they move in opposites from each other. Okay, that's negative correlation. So China and Aussie dollar, they are positive correlation. So if China is doing really well, it gives strength to the Aussie dollar. If China is not doing well, it adds weakness to the Aussie dollar. Okay. Now USD and Aussie dollar are negative correlated. Okay. So if the USD is doing really well and very strong, the AUD will become very weak. If USD is very weak, the AUD will become very strong. Okay, so you have to keep that in mind. Right now, we're in a position where USD is strong after the NFP numbers have come in absolutely bloody fantastic, and China's not doing too well. So it's like, well, that's a bit of a checkmate, right? So then you would then go back and you would have a look at Australia's numbers as well. So let's see. Retail sales up, but it's only month on month. Building approvals down massively. Commodity prices down. Trade balance same, sticky. Yeah, so Aussies, it's in a kind of a little bit of limbo right now. So you would say it wouldn't be strong, right? It's not showing. It's going through some difficulties. I don't know if I would quite say it was weak yet. It is getting weaker, however. Yeah, I don't know if I would quite say that it was massively weak. Let's just see what else we'll go for next week. NZD numbers pretty shit. Let's see. It's all kind of boring stuff there. Official cash rate, ABS, inflation expectations, M2 money supply year on year. We want to see that. There's no real major news that it's going to really change anything for next week. So for me, I'm putting Aussie dollar at weak. And obviously, you need to have context, right? If you put Aussie dollar against the Japanese yen, then you would say it was strong, right? Because it's stronger than the Japanese yen. But then if you put it against, the pound or NZD, they would both be kind of weak, right? So NZD is also weak for me. That's totally shit. Unfortunately, if you're a Kiwi, I'm sorry. Let's have a look at Canada. I mean, we all know Canada's very shit. Manufacturing PMI, that's up, so that's now went from being bearish to that's coming up. Oh, that's this week. Yeah, that's right. Sorry, 49.5 to 50.4. So that's bullish. That's some good news. IV PMI has went from 48.2 to 53.1, so that is becoming quite strong. That's quite good news, actually. And I think for the first time in a long time, I am going to put I'm going to put Canada into the strong category, which it has not been for a long time. Now, this is not the grand scheme of things. It's a weird thing with fundamentals, because even though I'm now placing Canadian dollar into strong, it's because I already know in my mind, right, that it's going to be showing strength now, right? It just doesn't mean the whole economy as a whole is massively strong right now. So I'm kind of keeping that at the back of my mind that, it can flip at any time. But for now, it's now showing positivity and strength when other currencies are starting to decline, other economies are starting to decline, okay? So yeah, the first time in a long time, I am moving the Canadian dollar over to strong because it's given us some good numbers. We do need to see some, more data, on different subjects. But for now, it's looking quite good. This week coming up is going to be a good week for us checking out and confirming whether Canadian dollar is strong or not. So employment change, they're anticipating it to be up. That's good. We want this number to be up, and that will confirm that it's strong. Unemployment rate, they're saying it's going to be a little higher. We want it to either kind of be sticky or lower, right? We don't want it to be higher. Building permits month on month, we want that to be, we don't want it to be -6. We want it to be 22.1, but let's say it comes in at -6. Yes, it's negative. However, it was already anticipated, right? So you kind of find that things have been priced in to anticipate for that, okay? So yeah, first time in a long time for me, guys. I am currently placing Canadian dollar in strong. I haven't done that for months. So well done, Canada. This week's CHF, let's have a look. Economic barometer, good. Retail sales year on year, up, that's good. Manufacturing PMI is down. We don't care because, with Switzerland isn't really a manufacturing country, although it does make stuff like watches and blah, blah, blah. Their economy isn't based on manufacturing, right? They provide services. Everybody has Swiss banks and, tax-free and all this kind of stuff. JPEG meetings, CPI month on month is less. Unemployment rate is higher. Let's see what we've got for next week. No real news for next week, so I'm going to be placing CHF in the midterm, not long term, because it's always kind of safe, right? CHF, but in the now, this week, next week, potentially the week after, I'm placing it down as weak just now. Okay, and remember, these are just my opinions, guys. Okay. These are my opinions based on how to read fundamentals and blah, blah, blah. Quite a lot of news here for Euro, so just give me a second, guys, to check this. When it comes to Euro, of course, if it's like Italian prelim CPI month on month, we don't really give a shit. But if it was like Italian or Italian or Spanish year on year, then we do take that into account, okay? But stuff like this, Italian manufactured PMI, we don't really care. Spanish manufactured PMI, we don't really care. The ones that we really want to focus on are France and Germany, because they're the big ones that really make the euro move, okay? Unless, like I said, it's Spanish or Italian year on year, then we like to see it, because it gives you an overall picture of how the Eurozone is painting. German prelim CPI month on month down. Italian prelim CPI month down. Okay. What else we got? Manufacturing in Spain is up. Italian manufacturing PMI is down. French final manufacturing PMI is up, but it's still bearish because it's below 50. German final manufacturing is 40. That's shit. Even though it got slightly better, it's still dog shit, because Germany is a manufacturing country like China, like Japan. So when their manufacturing should always really be above 50 for it to be good, and it's at 40, which is completely dog shit. So that's not good. Euro final manufacturing PMI 45. It's not good. Euro core CPI flash estimate year on year is dropped. CPI flash estimate year on year has dropped. Let's see. Spanish unemployment change is good. There's a lot more people in jobs now. Italian monthly unemployment rate 6.2, unemployment rate 6.4. Spanish services PMI is very good. Oh, excuse me. Excuse me, guys. Italian services PMI 50 is dropped. Still bullish, but it's dropped. French final services PMI is increased, but it's still bearish. German final services PMI is sticky, bullish. Final services PMI 51.4 is bullish. Pardon me. For me, Euro, I'm going to place it into neutral for now because we've got mixed data, right? Some's good, some's bad, next one's good, next one's bad, blah, blah, blah. So it's mixed for me. So it's really mixed data. It's not weak and it's not strong. So I'm going to put Euro into neutral. We're going to cover the charts in a moment as well. Okay, so just stand by. What have we got next week coming up? Nothing too exciting next week for the Euro, so that's fine. Moving on. Next we've got pound. Right, let's see. The pound has been doing very well. Current account minus 24. So look, don't be put off. Oh, sorry. So bloody tired, guys. I do apologise. I'm always busy as fuck. Current account. So this is green. Don't be fooled by thinking that that's good. Look, it's much less than before. The reason why it shows in green as if it's a good thing is because they forecasted it to be minus 32.5 billion and it came in better than they thought at 28.4. So that's why it's green, because it came in better than they thought, but it's still worse. Look, it was at minus 13 before, now it's at minus 28, so that's not good, right? You need the context of that. It's not good. People will see that that's green and be like, oh, that's amazing. Be like, no, it's not amazing. That's bad. Okay. Final GDP quarter on quarter, a little bit less, but yeah, it's nothing. It's only 0.1. Nationwide HPI month on month is increased. That's good. Revised business investment quarter on quarter is massively increased. Great. M4 money supply month on month down. Mortgage approvals up. That's good. Net lending to individuals is up. Fantastic. Shop BRC shop price index is down. Final manufacturing PMI, it's sticky. It's remained at 51.5, which is actually fantastic because we're not a manufacturing country, right? We are a services providing country. Final services PMI 52.4. Slightly lower, but we're still bullish, right? So the pound is a fucking powerhouse right now, guys. It is fantastic. So, like, selling pound yen right now, you'd just be a maniac. There are other things that come into play outside of economic strength, but yeah, you just wouldn't sell. You wouldn't sell, really. Oh, excuse me. Do apologise, guys. I can't stop fucking yawning. You wouldn't sell the pound right now, right? It's so fucking strong. It's crazy. Construction PMI 57. Pound is strong right now, along with Canadian dollar. What we got next week? Retail sales year on year. We want to see that. GDP month on month. Yeah, I suppose I want to see that. Good trade balance. Index of services. There's not massive news next week for the pound, so pound is strong for me. Okay, and I'll give a summary at the end. So if you've missed one of them, don't worry, you can follow me in a minute. Japanese yen industrial production month on month is down. That's not good because they are a production. Oh fuck you! So sorry, guys. I don't know why I can't stop yawning. I've just smashed the gym. It might be do you know what I think it is? I might be crashing from the pre-workout. I think that's what's making me just fucking yawn non-stop. That's probably what it is. Retail sales year on year is up. That's good. It's up by 1 point. Housing starts year on year is terrible. Unemployment rate is not good. It's getting better, but it's not good. Tanka Manufacturing Index, sticky. Tanka Non-Manufacturing Index, sticky. Final Manufacturing PMI, it's shit. It's bearish. Monetary base year on year is terrible. Yeah, it's not good. Japanese yen is still weak for me. You can see in our news thing, excuse me, that Japan are trying to fight against it. They're coming up with ways to, get their economy back out of the pits, right? Back out of the trenches. So we need to keep an eye on that. Average cash earnings year on year, we want to see that. So why that has an effect is if people are earning more money, then what happens when you make more money? You buy more shit, right? I've had jobs before when I was in the army, making £2,000 a month. And then when I was then working as a bodyguard after the army, when I was working in Afghanistan and stuff, making, £8,000 and £10,000 a month, I had no more money when I was making £10,000 a month than what I did when I was making £2,000 a month, because I just bought better shit, Instead of buying a Ford Focus, I bought a fucking Audi TT. Instead of having a 2-bedroom flat, I had a 5-bedroom house, So I had better stuff, but I was just as broke at the end of every month because I wasn't very good with money. I was an idiot. I was just as broke at the end of every month making £10,000 a month as what I was making £2,000 a month, So, it's just the way human beings are, that when we don't consciously start to change our thoughts and the way that we invest and the way that we view money and blah, 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 we just become robots, right? Robots of our environments. So when average cash earnings goes up, people get more money and they just buy more shit, right? So that by buying more shit, it pumps more money back into the economy, brings the economy strength up, which means the currency becomes stronger, right? But we're not there yet. But I'm just explaining why we like to see average cash earnings year on year specifically, okay? Household spending year on year, of course, that's the same idea as what I just explained. When people are spending more per each household, it means they're pumping money back into the economy. Oh, sorry. Jesus. and then the economy goes up and the currency goes up, okay? I never yawn this much, guys. It must be that I'm crashing from the bloody pre-workout. Where are we? Prelim machine tool orders. We want to see that as well. Bank lending. Yeah, they're all year on years. PPI. So there's a lot of news next week that we want to see for the yen. Okay, but it's weak in terms of economy. Their economy's weak. Okay. And last but by no means least, it was a big week for the USD. See what we've got. Chicago PMI is getting slightly better, but it's still shown as bearish because it's below 50. FREETRIAL speaks. Final manufacturing PMI is still bearish, 47.3. As you can see, it's getting slightly better, but it's still bearish. It's not bullish. ISM manufacturing PMI, bearish. Job openings, bullish numbers. ISM manufacturing prices went from being bullish to bearish. Again, that's not good. Construction spending month on month is not good. It's getting slightly better because it was previously minus 0.5 and it's minus 0.1. Warstall vehicle sales is up. Let me scroll down. ADP non-farm payroll change was really good numbers. Crude oil inventories actually went through the roof. So that means that there's more supply, right? When it goes from a minus 4.5 million, which you can see right here, minus 4.5 million, to a positive 3.9, that means there's more supply than there is demand, right? Which normally brings the price down. But now we're seeing the price fly. That's because of the conflict in the Middle East between Israel and Iran. It makes the price of oil go up. And especially now, people are anticipating that in retaliation to Iran firing, 200 missiles or whatever it was at Israel the other day, Israel are potentially planning to return fire and target Iran's oil rigs. Okay, so if that happens, the price of oil is going to fucking fly, which is good for us, but obviously not good for the bloody poor people involved, right? I'm not trying to be George Soros as if I hate humanity, but I'm just explaining how the markets work, right? If their oil plants and rigs get fucked up, then oil's going to fly, all right? But normally, if this happens, it goes from a minus to a massive positive. It takes a huge jump. That would normally make the price of oil go down, okay? Because there's more supply than there is demand, so the price drops, all right? If it goes from a positive to a minus, then obviously the price goes up because it means that there's more demand and not enough supply, so the price goes up, okay? Challenger job cuts year on year, 53.4. Unemployment claims has increased, so that's not good. Final services PMI has decreased, but it's still above 50, so that's good. ISM services PMI is increased and it's above 50, so that's good. Factory orders month on month decreased. Average hourly earnings, it's only a month on month, but it's decreased, but it's better than forecast. It's given better than forecast. Non-farm employment change was phenomenal numbers. Look at that. They anticipated it to drop to 147 and it increased from 159k to 254k. So that is fucking phenomenal. What that means is non-farm jobs, like people who don't work in farms, the reason why they take that out is because farm work is seasonal, right? You're maybe going to pick strawberries in March, but then after March, all the people who were in that employment don't have a job because it's a seasonal job, right? So to make the numbers more realistic, they take out all farming jobs, okay? So that means, the amount of people that are in employment since last month has increased massively, which is fucking phenomenal. And the more people that are in jobs, the more people are making money. The more people are making money, the more people are spending money. The more people are spending money, the better the economy is. The better the economy is, the better the currency is. You see what I'm saying? That's how it works. Unemployment rate 4.1 is still quite good. It's still very good numbers. I mean, it's even better than they thought. So yeah, really good. This wasn't so good news. This wasn't as good news, but the NFP numbers have been really good. But for me, yeah, USD is still it's still the number one fucking economy, right? But right now we're in this state of limbo where numbers are coming in not too great, and then you're getting this mixed data to kind of throw a spanner in the works, and you're like, fucking hell. For me, I'm still going to class the USD as strong with caution, right? So in my mind, I know it's strong, but I know that I have to be careful. I can't just like jump into USD pairs and trade it as if it's massively bullish. I will be aiming for bullish against something like Japanese yen, right? And much weaker currencies like NZD, USD, NZD, USD. I would be selling that, But I need to. I'm going to mark it down as strong here, but in my mind, it's strong with caution that things can change at any moment, right? So you need to be aware of that. We're at this kind of limbo now, where USD is just hovering at this pivot point. It's like being in a roller coaster when it comes up, right? And everything's going great, it's going great, it's going great. Like we've seen for the last year, everything's going fantastic. Now we're at this point where the USD is like, it's trying to come over the edge. It's at the tipping point, and it's trying to come down and crash, but it's at the point of coming over the brow. It's not crashing yet. It's just trying to go over the brow of the hill. You know what I'm saying? I hope that was a good enough example for you to know to know what I'm talking about. Next week, what have we got, guys? Let's have a look. Next Thursday we've got core CPI, so we definitely want to see that. We've got a couple of month on months which we don't really care about. We really care about year on years, unemployment claims. We do have a look, right, when it's core CPI month on month, but they just give you like little daily movements in the market. It's not the overall big picture, right? Quarter on quarter, year on year gives you that full big picture. And that is it, guys. All right. Yeah, so we've got that. So USD I have got down as strong. So that's us. So to give you a summary of strong, weak, and neutral, this week, under strong, I have got Canadian dollar, surprisingly, pound, which is not surprising, and USD. Okay. Weak, I have got Aussie dollar, New Zealand, CHF, and Japanese yen. Neutral, I have got euro because it's in this kind of good news, bad news, good news, bad news. It's in this kind of limbo for me, right? Some might argue that euro is still strong. You could argue that, guys. Remember, this is just my opinion and where I kind of view things in the grand scheme of things, all right? But I'm always talking about the bigger picture, and then you need to think about what's happening now for your trades next week, but you also need to think about the bigger picture. Is it really weak? Is it really strong? You know, blah, blah, blah. So for now, I'm placing it as kind of weak going into my trades for next week, okay? Now, let's have a look at what we could potentially trade. I gave these markups, and I didn't take this one, guys. I stupidly didn't fucking take this one. I missed it. I think it was because it was Friday, and that's why I never took it, because I do not enter trades on Friday. It's part of my rules. I don't fucking do it. No matter how much I am tempted, I do not enter trades on a Friday, ever. So what we're looking to see now, I'm just waiting for this to come down here. Boom, boom, boom. Retest and reject here. And I will enter here. And I will let that run for about 2 to 3 weeks, okay? But there is a couple of the guys who took this trade. We entered here, took it up to here. It actually came back down and I actually entered this trade here, believe it or not. As soon as this candle closed, I entered, took it up, moved my stop loss into profit. It then came down, stopped me out in profit, and then it melted, right? And I was supposed to enter again here. I just didn't do it because it was Friday. But some of the guys in our group do. For those of you that don't know, we have this. I don't know if you can see this. We have a Discord group. Look at our students here. Look, he's up 22.41% for the month, copying our trades, guys. If we have a look here, I hope you can see this. Trade results. Look at this. Look, the people copying their trades. Anthony, he's up 1,176 quid copying your trades. Sean, he's up 60 quid. Jevons, I don't know how much money he's up, but you can see here he's up 22% for, is that the week or the month? For the week, he's up 22% for the week copying our trades. Anthony again, up 771, up 331. Peyton, this is my mate from the army. He's up $300. That's in a day. Here is Reese jumping in at our trade. He's up $200 there. Brilliant. Look, here we go. Here's Reese right here. Boom. All right, guys. We offer full, what do you call it? Full education videos. Every single trade that I take, I do it live, so you can literally watch me trade. I have a PAM account, right? So I trade funds for other brokers and other people. It's called a PAM account. It's pretty much like copy trading, but all of my trades are done live right in front of your face, all right? So you can actually watch and learn. You can talk to me. You can ask me questions, and I can say to you, okay, you know, why? How did you know to enter there, Ryan? Well, here's the reason, A, B, C, blah, 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 you know, and we can discuss it. You can also copy my trades and make money while you're doing it, okay? And to put our money where our mouth is, we offer 28 days completely free trial. So you can sign up, try us for 28 days, basically a month, right? And that's it. If you do not like it at the end of that 28 days, all you do is cancel and you don't have to pay. If you decide to stay, all we charge is £97 a month, and that's it. You can easily make that back copying our trades, easily. Anyway, moving on. There's nothing much here that I would take. Let me just move up to a higher time frame. But look, this is, you can see we've marked this area. I don't believe this is a move. I think this is going to pull down. I think it's going to retest deeper, and then it's going to push down, right? I don't really believe that's the move. But as you can see, I've marked Canada as strong and Aussie is weak, right? Just based on fundamentals, I've said to you, Canada is strong, Aussie is weak. And look what's happened here. Canada strong, Aussie is weak. Because Canada's strong, it's pulling, you look for sales. That's how you work it out based on fundamentals, guys, I'm telling you. EUD CHF, AUD is strong, is weak, CHF is weak. That's why I'm getting this bullshit move. However, CHF would be stronger than AUD. So I predict that this is going to pull down here, retest and reject, and then take off. All right. AUD Japanese yen, like I said, is buys. I'd wait for the pull back up here, retest, reject, and then I would enter. There you go. Look, here's one I already marked up. If you watched this video last week, you'll see I already marked this up like this. Look, comes up here, retest, reject. I think I'll just wait for the retest, reject to get up here, and then I'll end up taking it down. But as you can see, look, we just said fundamentally, right? Before we even looked at this, we just said fundamentally, AUD is weak, USD is strong. Look at that. USD, strong, boom, sells. That's how you work it. That's when people go, how do you know if I'm looking for sales or how do you know if I'm looking for buys? That's how you fucking know. You do your fundamentals, you work out which currencies are strong, which currencies are weak. You then look on AUD, USD. USD is strong, AUD is weak, so you're looking for sales. That's it. That's how you fucking do it, guys. Euro AUD. Euro is neutral, AUD is weak. But so the reason why it's, look, see, it's just ranging here. So down here is an area of value to buy from. Up here is an area of value to sell from. It's just ranging, so I ain't touching it. I never trade ranges. Euro CAD. Look, what have I just said to you, right? It says Canada is surprisingly strong. Euro is now moved into neutral. So what you'll see is come down, retest. The previous support, once it's broken, becomes the new. The previous resistance, once it's broken, becomes the new support. Retest, reject. Away we go. We could potentially now be entering buys here. So I'm going to mark that down. Buys. Euro. Wait there. Should that be buys? No, wait there. Wait there. I might be tripping myself up here. Oh, it should no. I'm full of shit. Potentially, it should be sells. Wait to scroll that out. Sorry, I nearly tripped myself up there. Euro. So if it's going to be sells, I'll show you what I'm going to be looking for. Right. Change that to green to red. There we go. So if this is going to flip into sells, what we could potentially see, guys, is this. You want to see it break below. Boom, boom, boom. Right. I'm going to get rid of this. And I'm going to change this to red so it doesn't confuse anyone. There we go. So for buys, I'd like to see it break above here, retest. It has to break above here. When I'll zoom in. For me to enter buys, right, I need to see it break above here, retest and go. So we can move this across because it hasn't done it yet, like this, right? And that's going to be your entry, okay? For sells, this is going to be your entry right here. It has to break below. I mean, it doesn't have to be that wide. You know. It will break below, retest, reject, and melt. So this is going to be my entry for sells. This is going to be my entry for buys, okay? That's how it goes, guys. It's that fucking simple. This here will be a no trade zone. It's not a big enough range for you to be able to trade in the range for swings, right? Of course, you could absolutely trade scalps in there 1,000,000%, right? But I'm a swing trader, so I need a large range before I would even decide to take the trade or not, right? Too messy, wouldn't touch it. Euro, Japanese yen, yeah. I mean, look, we already said it was buys down here, right? It's just pretty messy. I'm not really looking for anything in here just now. It would be buys, it would be, but I'm just not looking for anything right now. Euro, NZD, there we go. Look, we already marked it up. Boom, boom, boom. Away it goes. Euro is neutral, but obviously it's still stronger than NZD because NZD is weak. This is just trading in the range. Whenever it gets down here, you buy. Whenever it gets up here, you sell. It's that easy, right? Trading in the range is very, very simple. We'll just get a retest, see what it does here. It may retest here, break down, give you the double bottom like this, bing, 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 and then crack on again, and then we can enter, okay? But you wouldn't enter it here, no way. It's already... That train has already left. You don't want to start chasing the train down the tracks, right? You just wait for the next train, okay? Same with trading. Don't chase trades. Wait for the next trade. You can see, look, again, played it perfectly. Came up, retest, reject, away it went. Right here, I can already see it. The area of retest and reject. You've got the small white candle here, large engulfing. Previous area of resistance, once broken, becomes the new area of support. Now, if you mark this up with the volume kicked in, what do you get? You get the retest reject area, bang, and away you go, right? That's how it fucking goes. I know it's easy to do once it's already happened. I just didn't see it before. That's all. But, once you notice it, it's like, oh, there it is. It's the same shit over and over again, guys. Okay, honestly, it's unbelievable. Is that going to be worth taking? It may be worth taking. I'm going to put that green. Buys GBP AUD. I may look at buying that. I might not, but it's a really shit pair. It's one of the pairs that, see, when you get into it, even if it goes from here to here, you've made like $20 over 5 days. It's a really shit pair. So I'm going to keep this marked up that I can keep my eye on it, just out of curiosity to see how it plays out. But it is a very shit pair. I'm probably not going to trade it. GBPCHF. This has played out beautifully. Look, boom, right in the area, and away it goes. I'm just really looking at the lower time frames. All I'm looking for now, guys, is this to come back down here. Boom, retest, reject in here. As soon as that rejects in here, I'm going to do that. There we go. There we go. Bosh. I'll get rid of this because that one's already played out. Bish, bash, bosh. Right? That's what you're looking for in the H4. You're going to mark up this small candle with a large engulfing candle, mark it across, comes back up, boom, retest, reject. Now, exactly the same as we've done here. Look, small candle, large engulfing, comes back, retest and rejects, and away it goes, right? That's going to be our next entry right here, okay? So GBPCHF, 1,000,000% buys, and I'm probably going to hold that for about 3 weeks or a month. If we look here, GBPCHF is massive buys. You can see right here, the banks and institutions, they have added another 7,000 positions, okay? They've added, so to the pound, you can see, look, there are massive buys, okay? So we're in line with the banks on that trade as well, okay? So that's going to be a very good trade. I mean, look, you can see it's played out again, time and time again. Let's just have a look on daily. This, I'm not going to enter that. This would be buys for me, right? What I suspect is potentially going to happen, let me just clear this up because this is all old now. What I suspect is going to happen is this is going to come up here. The Bank of Japan are probably going to intervene at this point, and it's going to melt. You're just going to get a random melt that won't make sense because the pound economy is going to be very strong and the Japanese economy is still going to be completely dog shit. You'll be like, why is that melting? It's because the Bank of Japan would have intervened. Okay, they would have done something by selling bonds or doing this or doing that, and it's going to intervene and make that melt potentially, right? And then if it doesn't, then what you're looking for is this. You want to see it break away above a clear. Boom, come back for the retest. Boom, away you go, right? That's it. That is what you're looking for. So this is your sell, or this is your buy, okay? It's, fundamentally it is a buy. However, like I just said to you, this right here, GJ was still a buy all day long, but this was when the Japanese bank / government intervened, okay? And they're probably going to, there is a big chance they could do the same here because they keep talking about it non-fucking stop, okay? They're going to intervene, they're going to do this, they're going to stimulate the economy, blah, blah, blah. GBP NZD, look, I did say it didn't really come deep enough for me. It's a really shit pair. It's a very, very boring pair. Look, here's the area here. I'm just waiting for it to really come back deeper and go. You can see it's almost doing it, but I think it will still pull deeper and go. Oh. Excuse me. GBP USD. There we go. Look, it's still, I think it's going to pull up. I think it's going to get to here. There's going to be news. It's going to pull back up. Look, I'll just show you. A picture paints 1,000 words. So look, I know it's not good because I'm just going to delete this, okay? Delete, okay. But you're potentially going to get this. Boom, 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 right? Potentially. Make that red. And your other one, if you're going to end up, wait, I'll just get rid of this because you don't need both of them in there. If it then turns into buys, then really you're looking for this. You want it to break through, come back, retest, reject, and go. And that's your entry down here, okay? That's it. That is it, guys. It is that bloody simple. So right now, I don't really have a bias on this buys or sells. Look at that. Look. Freaking marked it up again. Look. Marked it up a bloody again and never took it. That's pissed me right off. I only never took it because it was NFP week and I was waiting for it to pass to then jump in. But look, that's melted. You can see how, look, see how fucking incredible these zones are. I was actually anticipating it, to be honest, to come up and retest here. I honestly thought that was going to happen. But yeah, it's perfectly fine to do it from here and look at that. Boom, melting right away. That would have been quite a decent trade. Let's have a look at what that is. Let's have a look at what you could have won. 192 pips. That's decent. That's all right. We can still re-enter. We can still enter it. We just need to wait for the pullback, right? So that's it. Let's have a look on the 4 hour. See if we've got a little pullback area. Yes, we do. So wait, I'll show you. How do I make this smaller? This one here. Get rid of that. Okay. Hold on. All you are looking for now, guys, is this. It is that simple. This white candle. I'm going to mark this bottom one up here. Previous support gets broken, becomes the new resistance. Boom. So now I can get rid of this because it's already played out. What you're looking for, guys, is bish, bash, bosh. All right. That's what you're looking for. That is your entry. So let's see an entry back up here. Boom. And away it goes. All right. That's it. And that will happen. You see this play out time and time again. Look, here's another one. NZD CAD, you motherfucker. Already marked this up for our area to entry. Never freaking entered. I mean, it's not a good trade anyway. It's dog shit, right? It was two weak economies, which Canada has just now became strong. So it was 2 weak economies. I intentionally did not enter this, okay? Because it was weak against weak. I only trade strong against weak. I don't trade strong against strong. I don't trade strong against neutral. Weak against neutral. I only trade strong against weak, right? That is it. So that's why I didn't take it. USD CAD. Yeah, USD had good numbers. What you're potentially going to see here is, a rejection here because Canada's now strong. May get other good numbers and this may melt, especially if oil starts to fly, because when oil flies, it gives the Canadian dollars extra strength because Canadian dollar is heavily pegged to oil, right? So, yeah, I still suspect this is going to happen. Look, it's played out, picture perfect. Boom, boom, boom. I suspect it's going to melt here and crash down. So, sells USD CAD. I'm going to be cautious because both of them are strong. I don't like to trade strong against strong, so I will be seeing what happens here. However, when it comes to this, support, 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 support. Once the previous support is broken, it becomes the new resistance, right? And it's now below the 400, the 200 EMA. So it tells you again, you're looking for sells, right? So potentially could be selling this next week, or this week coming, I should say. Again, look, USD Japanese yen worked out perfectly. Boom, boom, away it went. It even came back to each of the retests. Look, each of the retests, boom, retest, away it went, right? I suspect, yeah, it's a hard one because it is buys fundamentally, but the US is like in major, major, major debt right now, and the Japanese government keeps talking about bailing themselves out again, right? So you could potentially see another big move like this, bang to the downside, right? So I'm I know I've got it marked there as green. That's just because fundamentally it's buys. However, we could potentially see massive sells from here, right? And it's not based in fundamentals. It's to do with the Bank of Japan intervening, and it's also to do with if the US keeps getting involved in this Lebanon, Israel, Iran bullshit, then the sentiment of the market for the USD will change from being risk on to risk off. When it becomes risk off, people then move their money out of USD and put it into safe haven currencies or commodities, precious metals. So that's why when USD gets weaker, gold gets stronger because people move their money into risk off assets, which is gold, Japanese yen, Swiss franc, New Zealand dollar. Okay. So they get these weird strengths, and you're like, why is that going up? Because the economy's shit, so it should be going down. You'll probably find it's because the sentiment has changed from being a risk on sentiment to being a risk off sentiment, and that's very important. All right, it's very important to take note of that. So I don't really have a bias, buy or sell on that just now. I need to wait and see the price action. USD CHF, it'll be buys for now. You've got an area here. Look, it's finally broke, right? So you could enter, comes back for the retest. You could enter buys here. You just have to be very cautious that it can retest and reject down here, right? It can absolutely retest, reject down here. Boom, boom, boom. I would suspect it's going to come to here, retest, reject, and then melt. Okay, so I really want to change that. Fundamentally, just now it's still buys, so I'm going to leave it. I really want sells on this, right? I really, really want sells on this. Wait, to get rid of that. Pardon me, but you can't sell it from here. There's no value to sell from it. The value to sell from is either here, worst case, or best case, it's up here you would sell from, okay? So in terms of value right now, it's in a good area of value to buy from, okay? And that is it. We're at the end. Let's have a look at the DXY. You can see, like, so what you'll find is, like, from that good news this week, USD has came up, but you'll probably find, you see this right here, what you'll probably find, guys, is news will come out this week and sentiment will change, which will make the USD weak. It will come up here, it will retest here, and it will then start to melt again, right? When we look at the grand scheme of things, that's what it will do. So when that starts to melt, you'll see that USD Japanese yen will then start to become a sell, right? When that becomes a sell, it then lines up exactly with what we're talking about here. Bish, bash, bosh, right? That you probably find that's what's going to happen, okay? Let's just wait and see, because I don't have a crystal fucking ball. Let's just wait and see what it does, right? US oil. So I've closed 80% of my trade, got 20% as a runner. It's in a huge area here where it could potentially retest, reject, and melt. All I'm really doing is looking to re-enter. I'll be re-entering here. Why? This was a previous support, got broken, became the new resistance, came back down. Once the previous resistance is broken, it becomes the new support. So what you're going to see is boom, retest, reject, boom, 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 enter, bang, 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 and away we go. So I will then be entering the market down here, all right? Bosh, this right here, I'll be looking as my entry point. And I didn't let it, because if I had just let it, that trade was up like 500 pips, right? So you don't want to let a trade go from 500 pips and then start melting and you're like, I'm only up 100 pips. You want to cash in, right? And you haven't lost out, because I've still got 20% running from this price down here. So if it doesn't pull back and it just keeps running, I'm not like, oh shit, why did I close that trade? Because I've still got 20% running, right? Which is fantastic. So I'm still going to be making money. And if it does pull back, I still haven't lost money. And I can just enter another position down here with my stop loss below here, and away it goes. Boom, boom, boom. All right. Look, it's exactly the same with Brent. Gold. Oh, I'm so sorry, guys. Gold. Yes, it's not really. I mean, gold is just buys. You're a maniac if you sell gold, but at the same time, you can't buy it because it's just way overvalued. I'm talking about swing trading, right? I'm not talking about scalps. If you want to buy it intraday, from 1 30-minute candle, hold it for an hour, you can do that shit, of course. I'm talking about buying it here and leaving it for a month, right? You can't buy it here and just let it run for a month, because it's a high probability it's going to come down for a retest. But you can't take sells because it's just pure fucking buys right now, so you can't do it. If you wanted to take the risk and hedge it, yeah, you could, of course, but yeah, I wouldn't bother. Look, so here's what I'm looking to see from silver. Silver's definitely a buy. I just want to see it come back round. Boom. Look, you can see it's retested here, right? Boom, for the initial. But I already told you I'm not caring about this initial retest. I already said that last video or 2 videos ago. You're looking for this, come back up, boom, 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 back down, retest, reject, and away it goes. Then I'm going to enter here. I mean, look, This might happen, here. It doesn't have to take all this time, right? This is just an idea. But the point is, as soon as it comes back and retests and rejects in here, it's probably going to be in line with the 200 EMA, retest, reject, bang, away it goes. We will enter buys here, all right? Copper, I've never done copper, but it's exactly the same. Look, right there. Sorry. Look, small candle, large engulfing, draw your box, comes back for the retest, reject. This candle here closes your confirmation, enter, away you go. It's the same shit over and over and over again. Look here, look, small candle, large engulfing, right? If we had marked that up, boom, drag it across. When the market's coming down and down and down, we ignore, because back up for the retest, reject, enter, and away we go. It's the same stuff, guys, over and over and over again. I'm telling you. Indices. Not really in a place I would trade from. I know people have been making loads of money just now from them because they do it in the smaller time frames. Oh, sorry. I just prefer to trade on the bigger time frames because I have a very busy life, so I don't want to be checking the markets every 2 bloody minutes, right? With scalps and all that. I can't be arsed with it. Here we go. It's Bitcoin, Ethereum, exactly the same. Well, that's it, guys. Okay, so the pairs that I'm potentially looking for, which I will write in the notes, is potential buys, GBP AUD, GBP CHF, sells, Euro CAD, USD CAD, buys oil. I'll include oil. I'm already in it, but I may include it, again. I'm going to enter again. That is it, guys. Okay. So if you're watching this on YouTube, you will find the link to grab the free month trial that we offer down below in the description. If you are watching this from Facebook, you will see the link up above, probably, to jump on and grab your free month trial. There's a lot of work involved in trading. See all this bullshit you see on Instagram where people just make it look easy, or just copy this and you can make 2 to 20 grand a month and all. It's fucking bullshit. An easy bullshit monitor is, listen, see if people are offering these things, right? And it's that easy and they're getting these, you can make 2 grand to 20 grand every month with us, blah, blah, blah. See if it was like that, right? Ask yourself this question. See if that was true. Why the fuck isn't Elon Musk your number one client? Why isn't Jeff Bezos your number one client? Why isn't Warren Buffett promoting you guys from the fucking heavens? It's because it's bullshit, right? That's why. It's fucking bullshit. You can make a lot of money in trading. It takes a lot of work, okay? If you're not willing to put in the work, there's no point in doing it. It's not like sports betting, gambling. There is an art to it, right? And it's not only about working on this, the educational side. You need to be able to work on yourself, your own, your emotions and your psychology and blah, blah, blah. And it's a very long and difficult process, okay? If you're not willing to do it, there's no point even starting trading because it's fucking hard, all right? If you want to come and do it, we will help you all the way at the trading, guys. Okay, daily mentorship. I don't charge any more for one-to-ones. If I'm sitting here, right, and I know that I've got no more trades to take today, I will literally post the group, guys, there's no trades from me today. However, I am sitting here doing absolutely fuck all. If any of you want to do one-to-ones with me, let me know now and you can jump on and do one-to-ones, and I will gladly do one-to-ones with you, where I will give you examples. I'll say, look, right, let's pretend fundamentally USD Japanese yen is buys right now. We can't buy from here. So show me now where we would buy from and why would we enter there? Where would we be looking to set our take profit and why would we be setting our take profit there? And we'll run through scenarios with you, right, until you get it. Okay, so we'll help you every step of the way. I'm Ryan Mack. This is Trading, guys. Don't overtrade. Don't over risk. Don't chase the money. Monitor how much you want to risk per trade. Don't think about how much money you're going to make each trade. And stay safe. Have a good week.